What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you're representing. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already on YouTube after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. Make sure you select all notifications, otherwise you may not get any. I am going to go in after I let a few hundred of y'all come in. In the meantime and in between time, I'm going to give some shout outs to the early birds. What's up, Bree? Bakersfield, California in the building. LA, salute. What's up, KG? Albert Robinson III, B1 the 33rd. What up? Theodore Nunn. What's good, Shreveport, Louisiana? Marco Hinton. What's up, Marco? Appreciate you. Salute. Humble in the building. Who was that? ZM Noopy? A Noop. Checking in from the Windy City. William Witherspoon. Chi-Town, back to back. Auntie Cara. What's up? What's up? What's up, Desmond Walker? What it do? Ernest Walker. Arizona homie in the building. All right, fam. I'm going in. So, Taraji P. Henson is trending because of an interview she did on Gayle King's Sirius XM radio show. Taraji was overcome by emotion in the interview that touched on rumors that she had said she was considering quitting acting. Now, why would someone who is as good of an actress as Taraji P. Henson quit at 53 years old? As an actor, she's really in her prime at 53. Why would she quit? She's one of the best in the game. Well, in her own words, she said, "I'm just tired of working so hard, being gracious at what I do, getting paid a fraction of the cost." She finally said this after Danielle Brooks, her co-star in The Color Purple, reached out a hand for support. She and Taraji were making the rounds with the film's director, Bazawul, to promote their upcoming film, which also stars Fantasia Barrino and Coleman Domingo, and is adapted from the 1982 Alice Walker novel, the 1985 non-musical Steven Spielberg film, and the 2005 musical. She shared her frustrations at making far less than some of her white co-stars' past projects, despite getting prominent billing amongst the cast. And she reiterated her criticisms of studio executives for claiming she didn't have fans willing to see her movies overseas. Taraji made it clear that her complaints about substandard pay were shared by many other Black actors. She said, "I'm tired of hearing my sister say the same thing over and over. You get tired." She said, "I hear people go, 'You work a lot.' Well, I have to. The math ain't mathing." She went on to talk about how she, when people hear that she made $10 million, that all of that money she ain't gonna never see, because off the bat, Uncle Sam takes half. I don't know why I say Uncle Sam. I don't think of Uncle Sam. I don't think of Sam as Uncle Sam, because I don't have an uncle that molests me. Uncle Sam, say Uncle Sam, say, man, I never had an uncle do me that dirty. Off the rip, ain't lifted a finger, and he getting half. They getting half. So anyway, after they take half of 10 million, you're down to 5 million. And then the team takes another 30% off the top of that 5 million. What is that? What kind of money is that? She said 5,500,000. So that's 20% is a million, for a million and a half. So you're down about 3.5 million left. And then that's 3.5 million. And well, I guess there's other expenses or whatever. But in any event, the bottom line is it ain't 10 million. It ain't nowhere near 10 million when everybody get to eating off of it. It ain't nowhere near 10 million. Now, for the most part, people were supportive of Taraji. They've been very supportive. But there were others, there's always one or two or three or four or five who had a whole lot to say about her vulnerability, about her allowing herself to be vulnerable while talking about the disparaging pay grade in Hollywood between Black and white actors. Some of the comments went like this. You getting pimped, sister. You could take that a couple of ways. Stop working for them, fool. Another person talked about not liking Taraji because of her not supporting Nicki Minaj. They said that she was hating on Nicki Minaj, and they're happy that she's suffering. It gives me great pleasure to see her crown TV because she was and still is on that Nicki Minaj hate train. In every magazine interview, she dissed Nicki, and Nicki has never said or did anything to her. Glad she's miserable, so this must have been her problem to begin with. Just because you team Lil Kim, why go publicly and attack someone? Look like her friend is doing better than her. Go cry on her shoulder. Let's see. $1 Million crying, what the F? Where was this when she was on Empire? Another person went on to say, life's a bitch, shut up. And, a few others. But, the majority was positive comments. In fact, I'll read some of those. Someone said, hey, that's the showbiz, you know how they do. Let's see, did she get paid equally for the color purple? There's always, oh wow, somebody said there's always OnlyFans. Then somebody said, I'm trying to figure out why these people whom are speaking out now didn't rally behind Monique as their leader when she was spitting facts and saying how MFers were being tight-lipped. Why hate when people say color doesn't matter? Yes, it does. Stop with the colorblind. There's somebody in support there. Oprah is a billionaire. There's no reason why Taraji P. Henson or any other cast members should have issues with their pay. For her to come out a week before Christmas says a lot. She felt she had no choice. Shame on Oprah for not making sure all Black cast had a big check to reflect the hard work put in. Oprah has some explaining to do. She, of all people, should have advocated for a big check for each cast member to meet the moment. The movie will do well. TLC said the same thing. exhausted, and so on and so on. But I will piggyback what people were saying about Monique. Monique said the same thing, and people call Monique greedy. In fact, Monique caught hell. I mean, it was, I mean, they went in on Monique. And Monique earned her money. She earned her money in Hollywood. She earned the money in Hollywood. And I think it's easy for people who ain't got a dog in the fight, who ain't got nothing at stake, who ain't in that industry, to just look at her and be dismissive and say, well, you know, you don't deserve it. You're not Dave Chappelle. Nobody's Dave Chappelle, right? But if you compare her to the other girl, what's that girl named? Amy, whatever her name, the comedian. Now you go joke for joke, she can't touch Monique. So I get why some people were saying what they were saying. You go joke for joke, she can't touch Monique. But if you go fan for fan, any number, like those fans that she got, they're gonna spend more money. So perhaps that's what Netflix was looking at. I'm not sure, but I do know that there is incredible bias in Hollywood, just like everywhere else, in sports and everything. There's incredible bias. In sports, you know, sometimes or oftentimes in sports, you know, the numbers don't lie. You pretty much kind of get what kind of numbers you put up. You kind of get the money. But you could take an average white dude that's come off the bench and he scored 10 points, I don't know, 10 rebounds. Is there any white dude out there like that? 10 points, 10 rebounds, you know, 10 boards, and he'll probably be making more money than a black starter on some teams, on a lot of teams. We got to stop acting like there's not this huge discrepancy in the pay grade. Monique spoke out when it wasn't popular to speak out. And people just eviscerated her. They dragged her. A lot of the same people who are supportive of Taraji right now, and I'm not saying they shouldn't be, because I am, but a lot of the same people that are supporting Taraji was not supportive of Monique. Both of them are successful black women in Hollywood. Both of them are very good at what they do, their craft. Monique being one of the top comedians, black, you know, top comedians, period. And so on the other side, Taraji being one of the top actresses out there. Both of them black, both of them female. So why did they go so hard on Monique and not Taraji? I think I'm gonna take a shot at this. I suspect that some people were just tired of Monique complaining about certain things. Not saying she didn't have a right to complain, but when you complain a lot about anything, people start looking at you like a whiner. So I think some of it got to do with that. I think it got a lot to do with that. But I also think that when it comes to Monique versus Taraji P. Henson, I think a lot of people just, the people that's against Monique, they don't like people that actually stand on it. People say they like real people. They want somebody that's real. But people don't really be wanting that real. They don't really be about that. Because really, if you think about life, most people in life is really fake. They're not real. And people fake every day. And I get it. You know, sometimes you got to do a little faking and got to fake it to make it a little bit sometimes. A case in point, you go to work, get on the elevator, somebody says, oh, nice shirt. Immediately you start looking for something. You say, nice, thank you. And you immediately start looking for something that they have on to say that it's nice. Oh, nice shoes. You know them damn shoes ain't nice, but you say nice shoes anyway, you know, because you want to be nice. You know, you want to be kind, right? Somebody give you a call and they say good morning, and then you say good morning, even though you had a bad morning. It started off bad, you know. Your coffee boiled over and the coffee spilled on your clothes. You had to take clothes out, put on some new clothes, and you got your that made you late. Now you're trying to run the lights and stuff. You're stressed out. You got into an argument, got into a little road rage. You finally got to work. You're late. That's your third strike, but you still answer. When somebody say good morning, you still say good morning. It has not been a good morning. It's been a bad morning. But you say good morning anyway, you know? But anyway, moving on, fam. What do y'all think about this as far as like Taraji P. Henson speaking on this disparity in Black people getting paid in Hollywood compared to their white counterparts? It's been like this forever. It's been like this since the beginning of time. And I think that I personally think the best thing that you can do if you don't like the kind of money they paying is to boss up. Taraji got the resume, she got the connections. She just got to get people on that team she talked about having. She got to get people to create opportunities, you know. And if she don't want to do business in Hollywood, she don't want to have her own company in Hollywood where they producing and in Hollywood, then perhaps she just used her Hollywood. She used her Hollywood connections. She used her time on the big screen to parlay other opportunities in other industries, and she get her money like that. Use the Hollywood thing as a tool to facilitate other businesses in other industries. And she can get to the bag like that. You can get to the big money like that, you know? So, and I'm speaking from experience because I didn't make my millions in the music industry. I made it in investing. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't do it like that. I didn't go that traditional route. But you got to pivot. Everybody got a right to complain, but after you complain, you got to do something about it. And Taraji got enough people out there. If she don't have the business acumen, I don't know what's going on with her on that end, but if she can't do it, somebody has to be the mouthpiece for her to make some deals. She can start her own company. I'm sure there's somebody out there who got long paper that would go into a business with her to start a production company. It's so many ways to get to the bag. She might have to decide that, look, we probably ain't gonna be able to get on these silver screens because, you know, the studios control all of that. It's all politics. So what we can do is we can get on these streaming platforms and we can work out favorable deals on these streaming platforms and we can get to the bag like that. So she can get somebody, if she don't want to put up her own money, she can get somebody to put that money up and take a percentage of the company, and she can start off, first movie they do, she can be in it. And she can go out there and advocate and let people know, this is my company, this is my first film, I need y'all support. I think that the people will support Taraji P. Henson. I think that they would support her because she is one of those beloved people. I love her. I don't love a lot of people, tell you straight up. But I love Taraji P. Henson. You know, I like her authenticity. Yeah, I like that. So I can see people supporting her. You know, if she called me and say, Willie D, I need you to do this, woo, 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 I'm gonna be right there for her. You know, I'm gonna use whatever power that I got to help her out. And I'm sure it's a whole lot of other people that she know and people that got bigger platforms than me that would be willing to do the same thing. So there's more than one way to skin a cat. And this information is not just for Taraji and people in Hollywood. It's for all of us. There's more than one way to skin a cat. You don't like the kind of money you getting at your law firm, the law firm you work at, go start your own law firm, you know? Or go make a deal with somebody else. Make a deal with somebody else. Start your own law firm. Or, hell, get out of it and do something different. I know that hurt if you really are a lawyer and that's your calling. I know that hurts. But, man, you got to do whatever you got to do to protect your peace. I refuse to be that old dude that lived 50, 60 plus years and leave nothing but bills. Mind playing tricks, still playing on the box. And I'm sitting on the porch in sweats and some mixed match dress socks. Yeah, right. Before I go out like a suck, I get all my fucking guns and kill all you mother. I ain't gonna be the dude that's broke so he blows his brains. I'm gonna be the one to bump the armor cart driver, if anything. Man, after fame, I want the dough because when times get drastic, you can't take an ego to the bank and cash it. I'm not impressed with your big housing expenses, whips. If you can't pay cash, you can't afford the shit. Yeah, fam. They say heaven got what I'm needing, but yet just in case it don't exist, I'm getting my flowers while I'm breathing. But I ain't gonna be like Sammy Davis and Red Fox. When Willie D check up out this bitch, he going out on top. Straight up. I'm not gonna be the one sitting around complaining about what the industry did to me. I already know what the industry is. I knew what the industry was about before I ever came in. I heard all the stories. I heard all about Michael Jackson, how Michael Jackson got done. I heard about how Bobby Blue Bland got done. And I heard about how Little Richard got done. I heard about all of that. James Brown, everybody, almost everybody got stuck. So I already knew that the industry was treacherous. So I had to figure it out. Then figure out how to pivot and how to make sure that I wasn't that old bitter dude. You see what I'm saying? I had to make sure that dude was not gonna be me. So there are people out there, if you got a brand, if you got a name, there's people out there want to do business with you, and they'll put up all the money. There's a lot of people out there want to do business with you. If you got a brand, is a brand. If you got a brand, let me tell y'all something, fam. I remember, what was the name of it? Twinkies. Twinkies went out of business. The company that owns Twinkies went out of business. And a few months later, it was bought by someone else. And this isn't the first time a brand went out of business and somebody picked it up and kept going. But they made a full recovery and they're thriving again. But they went out of business, they sold the company. And when you know it, it bounced back because of brand recognition. And they had a good product. They had a good product and they had brand recognition. I don't care what the brand is. If it's brand recognition, if that brand is recognized, that brand can be monetized. And there's somebody out there willing to do business. You just got to put yourself out there. You got to let it be known that it's out there and the opportunity is available. People jump on it. So this is why I'm a fan for people getting what's owed to them. But I'm not a fan of people crying about it. I'm not a fan of that, especially when you sign the contract. Because this happens a lot in the entertainment industry, a lot in the music industry, a whole lot in the music industry. Nobody who I've ever heard cry about the money had a unsigned contract. Everybody signed the contract. Everybody signed for the money. Everybody signed, for that $1,500 advance, $10,000 advance, signed away to publish it. They signed it. Now I get it. Some people say, well, man, they were young and, and man, I'm just 20 years old and, I was just 25 and, I was young and they took advantage of me. Wait a minute, let's back up. So you're old enough to have sex, to cuss, to pay rent, have a house, a mortgage. You're old enough to go and drive a car, buy a car. You're old enough to do whatever you want to do, come and go when you feel like it. But when it comes to a contract, you was too young. You're old enough to bring a child into the world. But when it comes to the contract, you don't want to be held accountable for your actions. You signed the contract. It ain't like they put the gun to you. Now, if they put a gun to your head, I get it. You got a right. You got a right to complain. If they put a gun to your head like this here, sign that goddamn contract. Sign that contract. I get it. I get it. If they put the gun to the head, maybe he had a bat ready for you, doing the bat like this here. I'm going to bust you in the head, bust your head wide open to the white meat. And you sign the contract under duress, I get it. But if you sat there and signed that contract and you was happy after you signed it, and you went in, you made the records, you went on tour, you made your money, you made millions, hundreds of thousands, whatever you made, hundreds of thousands or millions on your tour, whatever. You made the money. You lived the life, you popped the champagne, you did the groupie thing. You went around, you did your videos, you did all of that stuff, and you got all of the little perks that come with being a celebrity. But it didn't work out. You didn't get as much money as you thought you deserved with the actual contract for the record sales. Suck it up, buttercup. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. Like if you ain't gonna go at the record company, go get them, suck it up. Just do better. Make sure you don't sign the next contract. Make sure if you bring another artist along, that you look out for the next artist. Make sure if your child is signing a contract for whatever, it could be to start his own transportation company, whatever. Make sure that they sign a good contract. Maybe you got burned so that your child don't get burned or the next person don't get burned. I just don't see a whole lot of, I'm not a bleeding heart type person. So I don't see a lot of benefit in just complaining. What I see benefit in is pivoting. I see the benefit in making it right. If something is wrong, I'm gonna make it right. Or I let it be wrong and leave it alone. But I'm not gonna complain about it and just stay up in it and wallow in it. I'm not gonna wallow in misery. I'm not doing that. Anybody who's been done wrong, anybody who's ever been harmed, have a right to complain. But after you complain, do something about it. That's what I'm about. Results. That's what I'm about. Because I can't live with just being harmed and it getting to me and I'm not doing something about it. I'm not coming on the internet to complain to y'all. because y'all got your own problems. And y'all can't, like, y'all gonna step up and say, y'all, somebody ain't, none of y'all gonna pull up and be like, yo, man, give Willie D his money, fool. Give him his money. Now y'all might, that's it. Ain't broke a sweat. Took you every bit of 5 seconds to type that out. Done. But I got to live with this. So I'm about that action, man. I think that Taraji can easily get the money that she want to get, but she got to make some changes. You know, there's an old saying that people will change when the pain of the same becomes greater than the pain of the change. I'll say it again. People will change when the pain of the same becomes greater than the pain of the change, which means that when it becomes more painful for you to be the same old person, to continue to do the same old things than it is for you to change, then you'll change. But only when it becomes more painful to remain the same. You see? So she can get there. If there's anybody that can turn it around, Taraji P. Henson can turn it around, because she got the respect. She ain't just got the talent. She don't just have the connections. She has the respect. And there's a lot of people, I'm sure, that would love to do business with her. But she got to be sharp enough to put the play together. She got to put the play together. Process to purpose. What up? There you go right there. Process to purpose. That's perfect. Process to purpose. That's what we're talking about. Mr. Q. What's up, Willetta? Look, it ain't going to change. It's not going to change. As long as these people are in charge, it ain't going to change. They do this for a reason. They do this to humble Black actors and Black actresses. And in their mind, it's like, yo, man, we got 1,000 more just like you waiting to take your place. You better be lucky that you're getting this. You better be lucky that you're getting these little crumbs we're shooting out there to you. You better be lucky about that. It's said that Hollywood loses about $10 billion a year over the lack of Black representation. I can believe that, because I want to see movies with Black folks in them. Look, fam, you know, I will watch a movie here and there, whatever, man, but I need to see some Black representation. I need to see somebody that look like me, that got my complexion, man, on that screen. I'm tired of going to Netflix and just scrolling, and you see it's 20 or 30 titles with nothing but white folks on the cover before you see one Black person. Oh yeah, I'm that dude. Say what you want to say about me, but I want to see some Black representation on that screen. I don't mind watching a movie with white folks in it, but I need to see some Black. I need some balance, man. The entertainment industry's slow progress to invest more cash in Black talent and creators in Hollywood is costing the industry billions of dollars. That's according to a McKinsey report released on Thursday. The U.S. movie and television industry, not including sports or reality programming, is estimated by McKinsey to bring in $148 billion annually, but it could increase annually by 7%, or about $10 billion a year, by improving Black representation on set and on screen. But you know how people say it's always about the money? It's about the money. The only thing is that they're not losing enough money. They're not missing enough money to care. So all Black people got to do is just pull back and stop watching. That's all they got to do. And believe you me, somebody gonna try to fill that void. Say what you want about Tyler Perry, but he built the table. He didn't beg for a seat at the table. He built the table. He built the table and the chairs and brought the god doggone food. Yeah. So there's a audience interest for diverse storytelling on the rise. The big interest. In movies, Black representation roughly reflects the demographic makeup of the US population. That's about 13.4% Black. That's what they say. I think it's higher than that. I think we represent somewhere in the neighborhood of 20%, but they've been stuck on this damn 13%. I don't know how they do it, but they've been stuck on this 13% for about 30 years. Black talent only makes up about 11% of leading movie roles and are often limited to projects related to their race, which sees less investment. So, yeah, so when they have these, a lot of the roles that they have for Blacks are race specific, which is one of the reasons why I like the roles that Denzel played, because Denzel, the roles he played could be played by anybody. And have you noticed that when Denzel played these roles, other than when he was in Glory, when he first started, well, I think that probably would have been a race-specific role, because that was during the Civil War. And yeah, that was a race-specific role. He played a soldier in the Civil War, in which he won an Oscar for his supporting male role. But other than that, these roles that Denzel Washington played, anybody can play if they have the talent. It's not race specific. And you never hear Denzel be called the N-word, or you never even hear the other people in the movie refer to him as an N-word or the black guy or this or whatever. He's just a man playing a role in a movie. So Denzel, but a lot of this has to do with Denzel himself. He particularly targets the type of roles he want to play. He don't just accept anything. And that's a hard thing to do. Even when you are at the top of your game when you're Black. Now, a lot of these other guys, they can do it. These white guys, they can get away with stuff like that all day, every day, when they're at the top of their game. But you got to know what you're doing when you move in the type of circles that Denzel moves in, and you have the type of status that he has. So he's been able to play the role perfectly, move perfectly, and maintain his respect, not get caught up in any salacious scandals and all that kind of stupid stuff. That's why he's the man. That's why he's probably the most respected actor in all of Hollywood. But I have seen Denzel doing some directing himself and producing and stuff like that. So I think the move is, if you don't like it, you got to do something about it. And crying ain't gonna get it. If you don't like it, you got to do something about it. It's like somebody being violated by the police. If you don't like it, you got to do something about it. But crying ain't gonna get it. And accepting it ain't even an option. Unless you just want to accept it. Crying ain't gonna get it. Crying ain't gonna get it. Complaining ain't gonna get it. Complaining ain't never fix nothing. That complaining don't fix nothing. What's up, Tail? T-A-L. What's up, Belinda? See you, Belinda. Appreciate you. What's up, Bryce? Bryce in the building. Who was that? Mike Riddick. Since the way your life is your fault alone, then can we also say that the conditions of the Black community is our fault alone? Hell no, bro. You're dealing with a systemic issue, bro. You can't say that. That's asinine to say. That's crazy. That's crazy. How in the hell can you say something like that when you have a government who makes the rules and makes the laws, enforces the laws? They got the military. They got the military to make sure that they can enforce the laws. They own all the police departments. So when they bring the crack cocaine into the community and they dish it out and give it to people who are already impoverished, people who ain't got jobs, when they target schools, in the Black community and purposely divert funds meant for underserved schools that need supplies, that need those computers, that need new books, that need more qualified teachers. And they send that money to these other schools that are already well equipped, that don't even need it. When they roll around and target Black men and women daily, the police, the slave patrol, going around inventing crimes. You can be doing everything right in your life. You can be doing everything right. You could be the best damn person that God ever made. Just do everything good and you love everybody. You work for what you want. You teach your kids to do the same thing. You love your mom and your daddy. You kiss your mama every day you leave your mama. You go by and see your mama. Good morning, gracious loved one, queen. You can do all of that. You can give to 20 different organizations. You can mentor and do all of that. Police CEO and blow your god doggone brains out just because you Black. Now, how in the hell is that your fault? How is it a Black woman's fault that she gets improper prenatal care from the healthcare industry, from her doctor? How is that a Black woman's fault? That the doctor has been indoctrinated to believe that she's lying when she says she's in pain. Even some Black doctors have been indoctrinated to believe that the Black woman is just being dramatic. There's a viral video right now of a Black woman, a Black doctor, saying that, well, you know, Black women can sometimes be dramatic. Family. That's systematic. It's systematic. To not acknowledge that can tell me two things. Either one, you're clueless, or two, you know what's going on, but you don't care. We see this happening all over again, just like we saw when they bombed certain Black communities. Black people lifted themselves up by the bootstraps, and not just Rosewood, but towns all across America. Black people was thriving. They were governing themselves. They owned the banks, the hospitals, the schools, the laundry shops, the whatever you needed. There was some Black person who owned the bus company. They owned everything they needed because remember, at a time in this country, white folks did not want to do business with Black folks. So Black folks even owned the stores. And what did they do? They want you to believe that Black people just abandoned their stores and abandoned their businesses. No, they came in and systematically destroyed those businesses to eliminate the competition. They systematically came in and destroyed those businesses, ran people out of business, stole people's lands, robbed them, killed them. Hell no, you'll never get me to believe that whatever's going on with Black folks is just Black folks' business in the United States. It's Black folks' fault. No, this is systematic. Yeah, we got some people that contributes to the problem, but the majority of people ain't contributing to the problem. You can open up a nightclub. I owned 6 clubs in Houston at one point. You can open up a nightclub and the police, you can do everything right. And first of all, they'll make it harder for you to get your liquor license fast in time. Then once you get the liquor license, you got to deal with being harassed by the health inspector. Then once you get there, you got the fire marshal coming in. The fire marshal see a crowd. Every time you get a crowd, they coming in, scaring the people, walking around, making notes and stuff. They trying to write you up on the citation. Then you got the police following your patrons when they leave the club. As soon as they hit the park, when they pull in or they pull out, they walk, they right down the street. They waiting. They looking at who coming out of that lot, and they pull them over. So what happens? No, people don't want to deal with that, so they go somewhere else. And they run you out of business, and you suffer in silence. Same thing, you own a restaurant. They coming in, health inspector coming in, trying to make it difficult for you, trying to write you up. It's always something, always something. Then, if you got parking, they try to somehow they try to harass you about your customers parking and all this kind of stuff. Every bar that ever existed, every restaurant, they have customers that park along the streets or they come out and maybe they've had a little bit too much to drink or whatever. All of these restaurants and bars serving alcohol, they got the same issues, but the police pick and choose who they want to lean on. That's systematic. To not recognize that would tell me two things. You're either clueless or you know what's going on, but you don't care. Manny Face Publishing, what's up? Mr. Q, what it do, Mr. Q? Brandy Nuance, what's up? What's up, Tammy? Lamont Tanner in the building. Did I say systematic? Systemic. I said systemic, right? All right. Yeah. And here's the thing, here's a question. I find it very ironic that after all the movies that Taraji P. Henson has done, and now she's doing The Color Purple with Oprah. That's an Oprah production. I think she's doing it with Steven Spielberg. Why she would come out with that information now? I suspect that if Oprah would have made sure that she got paid off the rip, that she got top dollar, maybe she would have let bygones be bygones, at least for the time being. I suspect even if she did get paid well, even if she did get paid handsomely, they didn't make the negotiations easy for her. Someone who has proven to be a box office success. So Oprah got some splaining to do. Spitting fire, what's up? Ruth Robinson, Miss AP, what it do? Lambert Johnson, LJ in the building. What's up, Miss Piggy? Jonathan Bottle. If Oprah knows, she knows what kind of money Taraji gets. She knows what kind of money she's been getting. She knows what kind of success that film is going to have. Why not make sure that your principal actress is taken care of? Why not make sure? I don't know what type of money Fantasia got, but hopefully she got hers. There's some other people that in there that are top-notch actresses, you know? But here's the deal what people have to understand about Hollywood, fam. Hollywood is very similar to the music industry. The art is your promotional tool. The money is the ancillaries. That's the money. The money is the ancillaries. That's the money, fam. That's where the money is. So you got to do something else. You got to do something besides that. Leon Gardner, what's up? You know what? When I'm speaking of ancillaries, you know what one of the ancillaries is? Like Jordan did with the shoes. He didn't get the kind of money. I think he's a billionaire. He didn't become a billionaire playing basketball, even though he's the greatest basketball player to ever live, in my opinion. He made his big money with Nike. So by now, Taraji should have something like a clothing line, a perfume, or something, you know, that's where she can make that kind of bread, hundreds of millions or billions. She should be there. She's one of the top ones in the game. Indeed, Monique tried to warn us. She tried to warn us, Libra. She tried to warn us. We wouldn't listen to Monique. Well, you know what? Let me take myself out of it. Y'all wouldn't. I listen. I was with Monique. You can go pick up, just Google Monique and you'll see what I said. I was one of the few people early on who was in support of her. A lot of the other ones, they didn't jump on the bandwagon until after she got the deal with Netflix recently. Monique crawled so a lot of these other actresses and stand-up comedians could walk. All right, fam, that's my time. I appreciate y'all joining the live. It's been beautiful. Smash up the likes on the way out, fam. Make sure you smash the likes up, smash up the likes on the way out the door. Hit that like button. Miss Jazzy, appreciate you. And I appreciate all of y'all for joining the live, fam. You know what? Quick count before I go, real quickly. Give me a thumbs up if you think Oprah paid Taraji P. Henson well. If you think Taraji got paid well by Oprah, give me a thumbs up. Thumbs down if you say, hell no, man, she ain't give her money. That's why she talking. That's why she's speaking like that. Oprah, it be your own people. Thumbs down. Thumbs down, fam, if you think that Oprah didn't take care of Taraji. Thumbs down. Thumbs up if you think she did. Let's see. Chrissy says thumbs down. Charisma thumbs down. Hassan says up. Libra down. Dub 2 down. Spitfire down. Care to comment down. Reality down. Rashay down. Shakur down. Y'all ain't got a lot of faith in Oprah Winfrey, do you? Mostly downs. NPC says up. Down for Keith Robertson. Renee Williams, down. Okay, fam, that's my time. I appreciate y'all. Look like most of y'all don't believe Oprah paid Taraji, and I think that's going to come out within the next 48 hours, 24 to 48 hours, that's coming out. We're going to find out what that pay was like. Did Oprah do right by Taraji? I suspect also, fam, if she had, Taraji would have made a special note to say that. Like, yo, I'm mad, I'm upset. You know, it hurts me that we got to keep going through this. But I just want to let you know, Oprah looked out. She didn't say that. No more talk.